Hello everybody, this is Energetic Taco speaking with a review of an actual non-Lego item. It is a military army man bag. So it's got some parts of a building, some barbed wire, some SMAM bags, green army men, some barrels, planes, and helicopters, as well as some vehicles. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open and see what we got. Oh, also don't put plastic bag on your head. It's also a good thing to keep in mind. So we got quite impressive. So all these army men are new to me, so let's start off with, let's put them all to the side. Let's just start looking at some of the army men. So starting out with what looks like a walkie-talkie soldier. So he's also, all these army men look like they have a new like a modern tactical gear and modern weaponry. So that's fun. He has a little knapsack, I think what that's called. That's cool. Then we got a regular rifleman, again with the good helmet, the new helmet. And these don't feel very cheap. These feel pretty quality. They don't have a lot of excess plastic on their bases like some of them do. They're good. They're thick. Their heads are not totally thin. Then let's see. We're gonna move on to looks like a bazooka trooper. Bazooka's a little bit thin, but still pretty good looking. Still a very new looking figure. A running trooper. It's an interesting way to represent running, but it works. A different type of running trooper. So that's this time he only has one foot on the ground. So that might be interesting to make a stop motion out of. Those two might be good in between phases for running. A crouching trooper, which is actually pretty cool. Then we got another rifleman, another running trooper. Just gonna take a look around, see if we got any others that are not something we've already looked at. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, there we go. Here's another one. He's looking behind... He's looking to one side while his gun's on the other. That's interesting. That was a pretty thin one, but... I think we're done with the actual armament. So I'm going to move these guys aside. So next, we're just gonna let's go look at these barrels. So we got some oil barrels. So those are good little pieces for some texture. I got 4 of them. So that's actually pretty cool. They're quite solid. The printing is pretty good. They're stackable. So that's a nice little add-in. And then we got a little car. It's pretty cheap, but it does the job. Military. It's got the little star on. It's got a little star on top. That's pretty cool. And then next up, we've got another little car. But don't worry, because this one is from the truck military. Completely different from the regular military vehicle. So it's Tornado. Then, let's see. We have this helicopter, which apparently is a rescue helicopter, despite the fact that it has a call 911 and rescue on the side. Despite the fact it's a military helicopter by the looks of it, so that's a fun little. Then we got what looks like to be a stealth bomber. Nothing too crazy, just a molded piece of plastic, but it still looks pretty good though. We got another fan plane. So there are 10 vehicles, but there's no 10 army men. It's just a bag of green army men with some 10 vehicles in it. It'd make more sense if the vehicles were green as well. But we now have tanks. So there are 2 tanks come with this. And so they both have their barrels in upturned position. Movable tanks have a movable heads. So that's a fun little thing. So they also have, I think it looks like they have pullback wheels. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't work as well in Lego. That's a neat little, it's a fun little addition. And then we have 2 American flags. They go in their post. Another little helicopter. This one definitely looks better. This one doesn't say rescue on it for a change. They both have spinning rotors. So that's a fun little thing. And then next we got 3 little green sandbags. Nothing too crazy. Just they're green. A gas canister that is almost as tall as the tank. So the proportions are a little interesting on the gas canister. Oh, another little green sandbag. Another gas canister. And then we got lots of green barbed wire. We got 4 pieces of this green barbed wire. That's fun. And then we got 2 of these larger green sandbags that have these pins in the back, so you can go and build this little structure with. So let's go. It's all together. And this goes with the tan version of the structure. There we go. So there's this little building all built up. And so then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to add these sandbags on. Like so. Perfect. So you have sandbags on the side of your building. Because that makes a total amount of sense. And then finally we have 2 of these little like command tents or things. And I foresee these being useful. I all think this can be incorporated into displays and whatnot. So I think this is a good deal. I think if you had the opportunity to purchase this and you had a need for more vehicles and some barriers and substance in your Army Men battles, and it's just all too flat, I think this would be something that would be good for you, because you have a good amount of, basically a good amount of texture, as well I'll say, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I would totally recommend this, and I think that's pretty much all I gotta say. Army Men are actually kind of good quality, and so that's all I gotta say for this. So have a happy 4th of July, and Energetic Tacos out.